I opened fire and I saw all those ammunition falling down. And the moment I fired, the driver pedaled the gas. Jeep ran forward. Battery command said, "What happened?" Informing someone, they will disappear. So I immediately rushed with Armugam, went as close as 50-60 yards from them, placed the LNG, and I fired entire magazine on them at 38 rounds. The moment I fired, everybody ducked down. Then what happened, I don't know. But when I was just waiting for anyone to get up and again fire, the battery commander comes. What happened? I said, Pakistan is going. I fired on them. I said, you are only seeing Pakistanis. They are BSF guys. You fire in a way to scare them. I got into gun and I opened fire. Knowing pretty well, they should know that there are anti-aircraft guns. The moment we fired, all ran away. Nobody came. Again, he started talking to battery commander. Again, after 6-7 minutes, again came back. And that camouflaged aircraft came and he dived on us. I remember Gauri Shankar's word, "Shoot this bastard." He said, I did very well. I again scared him, he dived but he could not fire, he again ran away.
नमस्कार दोस्तों और जय हिंद। आप सभी को स्वागत है इन माय चैनल 1971 War Book Series. तो दोस्तों, in our second part of our video podcast with Captain Arvind Nautiyal, he will be talking about the rest of his experiences up to the 8th of December 1971 in the Battle of Chamb on the Western Front, जहाँ पे till the Munawar Tawi river heavy fighting was going on and he was stuck in the utter confusion of battle, also using the anti-aircraft guns of his 45 Air Defense Regiment in combating the Pakistani forces, using them on infantry role as well as on anti-aircraft role, trying to tackle sabers. Also talking about his experiences in shooting down Pakistani soldiers as well. पूरा का पूरा जंग का माहौल है and he talks about this directly in the second part of our video program today. So let's welcome Captain Arvind Nautiyal to our program today.
Thereafter, around say 7:15 winters, sunrise is late, 6 o'clock is pitch dark. Around 7:15, battery commander told me that you now personally go to section number 1, which was another section behind us, and see physically what is happening there and come back. That was another 1.5 kilometers behind us. So I went there along with 3 more gunners. We had gone hardly 100-150 yards from our command post. You know, in fields, anywhere in the country, I don't know what you call in other places, but in Punjab we call it bunny. The dividers in fields, you know, between 2 fields, there is a divider. About dividers about your field is my field. Wooden mud wall of about 6 inches or 1 foot high. These are compromises. When we were crossing, fire came on us, a small arm fire. So we immediately lie down and we start responding to the fire. Me and 3 Jawan with me. I had a strain gun again. Lesson learnt. You know, when we are in academy, a lot of emphasis is given on weapon cleaning. And you ask any cadet, they hate weapon cleaning. The weapon cleaning is done on Sundays when there is rest and they can go out. But in the morning, everybody is cleaning his weapon. But the moment I fired, my stun gun did not fire. Because I had not cleaned the weapon at all. Now these 3 guys were firing. Not that my stun would have made much difference because firing was coming from 200-300 yards. But yet I had a weapon with me and I was lying flat, taking concealed by the bunny, stripped the stun gun, took out my head, cleaned it, reassembled it, and by the time I fired, enemy ran away.
Okay.
And then we realized that one of the guy with me, he had a bullet on his helmet. Fortunately, that bullet did not go through, but it made a hole and bullet was found there.
Okay.
We came back. I said, no, I cannot go with you three guys to section number 1. Let us get some more troops and then go there. I came back to command post, and battery commander saw the whole thing. He said, hang on, we will go together. Then he took a decision that command post has got to be shifted from here to section number 1, that a kilometer, not even a kilometer, less than that behind us. Section number 3 has got to be shifted to section number 1. The 2 guns from there to all 4 guns together. And section number 2, where troops had moved out, guns were left there, that we will decide later. So first we should move there. In the process, everybody started packing up and moving, and since Armadillo had also moved out from there, we are coming out. We had an open jeep. The commander used to move around in that, and usually whenever I go with him, the army jeep, 2 front seats and side seats. Behind you have side seats. This is how it was. In some jeeps there is a front facing seat in the back side also, but there were 2 side seats. Usually when I used to go with battery commander, I used to sit behind the driver, because from there I used to get I could talk to battery commander diagonally rather than sitting behind him. So I always used to sit on the right side behind the driver. Jeep was going to section number 1. Earlier I was going through fields. Now we are going through road, Kacha village roads. Came on road. This time I don't know. It was destiny. Instead of sitting behind driver, I sat down behind battery commander.
Okay.
So instead of facing left side, I was facing right side. Moved forward. Suddenly, right side diagonally, I was able to see there was a village, the houses, and then the mud boundary wall. And on that mud boundary wall, I found proper undulation. And seeing that, there was a spontaneous reaction. I opened fire on them. They were very close, 25 yards. I opened fire and I saw all those undulations falling down. And the moment I fired, the driver pedaled the gas. Jeep ran forward. Battery command said, what happened? I said, they were ambushed. Because that undulation was about 4 or 5 guys' helmets. It kept rifle like this, the helmet they were wearing. So that is what I saw. And another 10-15 yards, we would have been in the direct range and setting ducks. He said, no, you are panicking. I said, no, sir, there is no question of panic. I have seen it, I fired. Anyway, we came back to section 1. By the time our other third section also came, it took about a couple of hours for everyone to get there. Deployed guns all together in one line against all norms of air defense artillery deployment, because that was the time to save ourselves first and then fight with the enemy. It was not possible for us to protect our men in those isolated locations the way around. And then battery command said, now first task is to get our 2 guns. So for that he called Chandrabhushan and said, you are the commander, we should go. Chandrabhushan left for retrieving those 2 guns, which was almost 1.5 kilometers or so from there. He had to first of all get the drivers. So other 2 sections were there, all those drivers were summoned. And then we gave them 2 vehicles. On one vehicle we mounted LMGs to fight, because the enemy was also in that area. And all these drivers went there. One vehicle was continuously firing on the hill. Fire was coming from them. And these guys went there. They had to first get the guns, vehicles out from the concentration area where they were parked near gun area. Then pull the guns out of gun pits. That process takes time. And during that time they were helpless. So this other section which had gone there, they were fighting and giving them protection. In the process they found that in one of the vehicle body lying of Luis Vegas, which I told you, Previous night, and they found bodies of few Pakistanis lying all around our gun area. That proves that who killed them. These guys must have fought. And the stage came when they found that helpless. They had no option but to abandon. But where had they gone, we don't know.
Yeah.
Because none of us them was lying dead there. So where can they go? Either they have been taken prisoner of war by Pakistanis. We were all totally confused. Because they were so close to command post, they could have come to command post. There was no trace of them. Guns were brought back. When guns came, I haven't got adjectives to express the emotions which people were having. People were literally hugging guns and crying. Other soldiers. When it came to the joined other two sections, all gunners, they started hugging guns and crying. Those are the feelings.
Right.
It's a big blow losing guns to
They
enemy.
planned to attack, but they had to abandon.
It would have been a very big blow had we not been able to retrieve our guns. Now this process of retrieving these guns, it took about 2 hours. During that time, battery commander told me, now you hold the fort and I am going to brigade headquarters. Till then there was no communication. I am going them, telling them what exactly has happened. He left. I was there after about around, time must have been 10, 11, around that time. After Chandrabhushan left to fetch the guns, the Colonel Goy Shankar, commanding officer of 39 Medium Regiment, he came to me and he told me that, look, are you seeing the movement on the Bhutamindi hill? I said, yes. Amar, got onto your gun, to apne aap maar. And he also got onto the gun. He got on one side and other side, both sides can operate, but mainly right side operates. Side will operate only when some problem is coming. So he was watching and from reflector gun, I fired. The firing went on for good about 45 minutes, maybe 1 hour. Not continuously, intermittent. The moment you see a fire. And AD was being fired from moving columns on Bhutamindi hills of Pakistan. We could see bodies flying there. Such a devastating fire. This continued after hour or so, hour and a half or so. Our other troop commander, Captain Joseph, he landed up at the scene. By the time battery commander had come, and he was totally lost. He said, I have been communicated by the commanding officer that last night something has gone wrong with the eco troop and he is not able to get any information, so he asked me to go physically get information and then pass it on to him. And he says, when I went to the command post, there is nobody there because we had already withdrawn from that place. And then he said, I saw AD firing on the hill. He himself was a troop commander, he knows what is firing. Tracer is going. So I followed those tracers. So located you. All around, Pakistanis were there in small groups of 5, 10, small groups. All those guys who had come previous night, they could not go back. Battery commander told him, gave him whatever he wanted to inform him, and then he left. We were keeping our fingers crossed whether he will reach safe or not. It was so unsafe, and he was only him and the driver. Much later, when confirmation came, he has reached, but we were keeping our fingers crossed. He may reach, he may not reach. This thing continued, total tension, commotion, free for all, जो यहाँ मार रहा है. Now, around 2:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30 time afternoon. By that time, I had realized that this weapon, stain gun, is an absolutely useless weapon. And I replaced that with the rifle of my orderly. Army, the officers have got an orderly, now we call it Sahayak. In those days, we used to call orderly. His job is to help officer in peace as well as in war. In war, usually he carries his wireless set and he remains his immediate helper with him. So I took his rifle handed over my strain to the battery JCO and asked him to give a LNG to Armugam. So Armugam was left with LNG and I was with rifle because
Okay.
you're seeing enemy and your weapon cannot reach there. So what is the idea of that weapon? Around 2:30 was the time, and it was undulating ground, jungle in between road, village. Behind us was jungle, and then there was a slope, and then a monsoon type nala, and then again slope going up. There I saw behind jungle one approximately 1/6 strength of Pakistanis running from left to right. Now, seeing them, then informing someone, they will disappear. So I immediately rushed with Armugam, went as close as 50-60 yards from them, placed the LNG, and I fired entire magazine on them at 38 rounds. The moment I fired, everybody ducked down. Then what happened, I don't know. But when I was just waiting for anyone to get up and again fire, the batting commander comes. What happened? I said, Pakistan is going. I fired on them. I said, you are only seeing Pakistanis. They are BSF guys. Now I was a lieutenant, he was major. In army high, you can't argue that.
Right.
I just kept quiet. Whether you have killed BSF guys. You face music. That was very wrong on his part. He was a brave soldier. That was very wrong on his part to say that. Anyway, I got a bit demoralized. Soon after Chandrabhushan came, कहते तुमने ठीक किया बिल्कुल. Forget about it. Just don't listen to him. बिल्कुल they were Pakistanis. If they were BSF guys, why were they running behind us? ये सामने तो भागेगा, पीछे हमारे क्यों भागेगा? I was demoralized for some time. It took some time, and Chandra was continuously cheering me up. Don't worry, don't worry. तूने सही मारा है. पाकिस्तानी है, कोई नहीं है वहाँ पर. खाकी में कौन है? Then it started becoming dark and landed up our battery commander. Commanding officer. Udhampur. Colonel Bose was our commanding officer those days. Our battalion regimental headquarters was at Udhampur. And General Satar Singh was corps commander there. From there, Colonel Bose, after hearing that what all has happened, he wanted to come and spend some time with us. Any CO will do. And when he landed up, he and his driver, he had a stun gun on his shoulders and a pistol in his hand. He is about 5, 6, 7 kilometers closer to this thing. Throughout firing was going on. Which bullet will hit me, which bullet will hit whom, we don't know. All around bullets flying. Anytime anybody can come, that kind of scene was there. Then battery commander briefed him whatever has happened previous night, and he met many of us. Thereafter we told him that, look, we have just come this morning. We don't have, we all are living in trenches. There is no bunker, nothing, no command post. Whatever was there, we have left behind. I said, you shift to 39 medium command post, which was next to us, hardly 25 yards. He went there, Colonel Gauri Shankar was just you. He was in the command post that night. And the commanding officer of ill-fated 216 medium regiment, which lost so many men and guns previous night, their commanding officer was also present there, Colonel Sethi. Colonel Sethi. Night they were there. What happened that night? Around midnight, 4 Pakistanis was carrying an injured soldier on a charpai, and they were walking back towards Pakistan, and they landed up in mid of our gun area. रास्ता तो मालूम नहीं था, it was all unknown territory for them. They landed up in the mid of 39 medium gun area, where we were deployed. And 39 medium troops were Khalsas, all sick. There was hand-to-hand fight. And out of those 4 guys who were carrying, 3 were killed. 2 captured. The guy who was lying on cot, his name was Major AKK Abbasi.
Okay.
And the guy who was captured was last night, Bashir Ahmed. I remember their name even today. They were captured, they were taken to the command post. Major A.K. Abbasi had a LMG burst on his leg. He was not able to walk. But they came to command post. There they explained that afternoon 2:30, 3 o'clock, when we were crossing, fire came on us, which killed about 5 or 6 men. And these 4 survived. I got on my leg, and they were taking me back. They were the one on whom I had fired during the time.
Okay.
And he asked me, what were you doing behind us? He said, our aim was to destroy your ammunition depot for your RT guns, to destroy your petrol, oil and lubrication depots, and to cut your all supply lines from behind you. That was our task. And he was a Charlie company commander of 13 Azad Kashmir Rifle, which attacked this night, this guy. I later on saw their names in the list of soldiers who were repatriated to Pakistan from Western Front. A.K. Abbasi, later on, he rose to the rank of Major General in Pakistan Army, that I know. So this is what happened on the worst time for us was fourth night, fifth, sixth morning. The commanding officer wanted to go back and visit other batteries which were deployed. One was in Samba, other was in Pathankot, and we offered him breakfast. The commanding officer was there, so they managed to cook some dosa type thing in the abandoned village houses. Our cooks were, preparing something, and when he was standing and eating dosa on leaves of the trees, eating, came Pakistani attack. Another 7 jets. They flew so close that because of thrust from the air, the dosa flew from his hands, from our hands. We could not hold it. And they quickly dropped 2 bombs, and we quickly shot out 1 7 jet. And that we immediately opened a fire. We shot down the 7 jet, was hit in front of our eyes, fell very close by, and they dropped the 2 bombs on us. One did not explode, which was later on handled by the engineers after war. One landed between 2 guns. Now, 2 AD guns deployed at a distance of about 30 to 40 yards. It landed so close, it created such a huge crater that one gun was fully drenched with mud.
Okay.
Water came out from this rifle. It was so powerful. After that, he left. This was, I think, on 6th. Whole day on 6th also, all kind of air attack, sirens. Siren was nothing there. Siren was nowhere there. But then the air attack used to happen. Maximum air attacks happened in Chamb area. Then came next day was 7th. On 7th, we had a very, very, very funny incident. Again, battery commander was at that point of time away to brigade headquarters, and a mission came of 6 shorties.
Okay.
Was having 5 Su-7 aircraft, Sukhoi 7, and 1 MiG-21. MiG-21 was on capping role, combatant air patrol. Usually when aircraft go on ground attack, there is one aircraft assigned to protect them from enemy attack. Because that time they are focusing on the ground and enemy aircraft can hit them. So one aircraft is always hovering. That is the interceptor aircraft. So MiG-21 was hovering over them, and they came. So again, Colonel Gauri Shankar came out and he told me, look, kya hai? I said, sir, these are our own aircrafts. These are Sukhoi 7 and MiG-21 is flying there. in air defense artillery, there's a specific focus on aircraft recognition. And then we go and do some specialized course also in aircraft recognition. So I was very sure because I had done that course also. So we were surprised these aircraft started hovering us and then they started attacking us. Diving and strafing. We all jumped onto trenches nearby. They played merry hell with us for about 3 to 4 minutes, which is a very long time when attacks are coming. 3 to 4 minutes looks very long. There were empty cartridges were falling inside our trenches. When these aircrafts fire, the cartridges are ejected. And they fall in the same line in which they have done strafing. Cartridges are falling in our trenches. For 3 to 4 minutes they played merry hell, those 5 aircrafts with us. And then they left. Now Gauri Shankar came and he shouted at me, "What nonsense?" I told him, "Sir, look, I am 100% sure that these are our own aircraft. There is some confusion somewhere." And I told him I was able to see IAF marking on them. They came so low. Gauri Shankar said, "I have also seen IAF marking. You are right." So from there he contacted Brigadier Commander. He said, "Sir, our own aircraft are attacking." He said, "There is no information about any mission in this area. They are not our aircrafts, and you guys are mistaking MiG-19s of Pakistan as Sukhoi 7. Sukhoi 7 and MiG-19 looks a little bit identical, but Sukhoi 7 is a much bigger aircraft in size than MiG-19. Pakistan had MiG-19. They did not have this thing."
It is like a long pencil-like aircraft.
That's right. So we did not agree with Brigade Commander. He said, "No, these were Sukhoi." He said, "I have seen even Indian marking on the aircraft." And he said, "No, there is some confusion with you." And while he was talking, they came back again. When they came back again, all same 5 aircraft coming. Among them, I remember 4 aircraft were steel color, and 1 aircraft had camouflaged marking. The 5 came, and then Gauri Shankar told me, "You fire. They are mistaking us. We know they are our own aircraft. You fire in a way to scare them." I got into gun and I opened fire, knowing pretty well they should know that there are anti-aircraft guns. The moment we fired, all ran away. Nobody came. Again, he started talking to battery commander. Again, after 6-7 minutes, again came back. And that camouflaged aircraft came and he dived on us. I remember Gauri Shankar's word, "Shoot this bastard." He said, "I did very well." Because I again scared him, he dived but he could not fire. He again ran away. Then landed my battery commander. We told him whole thing. I got one sandbag full of cartridges. Showed him marking of Indian ordnance behind them. He agreed. He said. So he said, "Keep it in my jeep. I am going to Brigade Commander. I will gift it to him. So these are Indian. Don't mistake. They were not Pakistanis." So he went and he did whatever he did. I don't know. But then he went to Brigade Commander. We don't know what had happened. Much later, on 15th of January, I suppose, that is Army Day, we were still in battlefield, and there was a lunch party to celebrate Army Day in Div headquarters, Div divisional mess. It was not a mess, we were deployed. So there we got hold of our brigade commander, artillery brigade commander, said, "What happened?" He explained, he said that there is a tentacle vehicle in every division which are in the battlefield. This tentacle vehicle is equipped with all kind of wireless equipments. And there are 2 officers in tentacle vehicle. One officer is called FAC and another officer is called GLO. FAC is Forward Air Controller. He is usually a fighter pilot. And GLO is an army officer from any fighting arm. Ground liaison officer, these 2 people are there. He says, when this mission comes, you don't get information well in advance. You get information only few minutes before. If it comes well in advance, enemy will be able to intercept it. And then enemy, purpose lost. So it comes few minutes, and few minutes before when the information came, FAC was having these motions. He has gone to ease himself. Message came, BLO cannot receive that. He doesn't understand that language. It comes in coded language. So message was not received. Communication to the mission was that all troops across Munawar Tawi are enemy. So they came on that. They mistook. There's a dry nala which is 10 kilometers short of Munawar Tawi called Loki Khad in that area. It is as broad as Munawar Tawi, but it's a dry nala. In Barsat, lot of water, otherwise they mistook Loki Khad as Munawar Tawi. So all troops across Loki Khad are enemy. Start attacking. Since there was no resistance, it was a free run for them. The moment guns started firing, the moment they realized that AD guns firing there, they ran away from there. This is a real story. Over a period of time, I left army, joined civil. I had spent good about over 20 years in Calcutta.
How many years did you serve in the army?
Army I served only for 5 years.
5 years. Short service.
Short service. I joined from short service and left after 5 years. So I was then looking after one of the facilities of ICI at a place called Rishra. It is about 30-35 kilometers from Calcutta. And I used to live in Calcutta. Every day you go and come back. So during that period, we had an administration manager of ours called Colonel Tapan Ghosh. A Calcutta boy, about 3 courses junior to me. So one day I was in Fort William Club. So he came to me. He said, "Sir, I want to introduce you to somebody." Yes. Then one guy came, he says, "He's the culprit." I said, "Kya bol raha hai?" I started laughing. "What do you mean by this thing?" He said, "He is Wing Commander Robin Sinha. And he is the culprit." I said, "What do you mean by culprit?" And he is the one who fired you at Chamb. And we started laughing, both of us. And then to cut the long story short, I had told this story to Tapan Ghosh one of the evening when we were together in Rishra. And Robin Ghosh had told this story to Colonel Ghosh that this is what FOPA was created there. And one day he found both of us together. He says, "He mara tha, maar kha rahe the." You know. So that happened that day. It was on 7th to be precise. On 8th, we were given orders to withdraw to Delta 5 location. Delta 5 location means to the location where we were in 1965. There was almost very close to the bank of Chamb. The huge area we had lost. So when we were preparing that, and then there was again another commotion. The 5 Sikh Jawans were running away from the battlefield through our gun area.
Okay.
Total commotion. Our Johnny is ready to fight. I mean, infantry running in over you. So, kya karega? What had happened that across Munawar Tawi on Mandiyala Heights, there was a KLP, this permanent location of an infantry battalion, which was occupied by 5 Sikh. Now, a stage came in Bar that we had to vacate that thing. We could not hold that. So we had to take defenses on this other bank of Munawar Tawi. So 5 Sikh was asked to vacate the position, come back. All 3 battalions were asked to vacate. Nobody in fact ran away. All 5 Sikhs, 5 SM, all of them were asked that you come this side of Munawar Tawi. And when they come this side of Munawar Tawi, already troops are there. Already Temurwal, Mainjat, 7 Kumaon, they are already guarding, so they come even behind them and then regroup and then. So 5 Sikh, when they start coming, they were asked to destroy all those assets which can be used by enemy. That means destroy all ration, petrol, oil, lubricant, canteen stores, destroy that. So they asked them to destroy canteen. When they were destroying canteen, there was a lot of liquor. Every Khalsa picked up 1 or 2 bottles in their pocket, chadaya, and they were all drunk. They were all going through. I don't blame anyone in this situation. Anybody could have done the same thing. But that did create a lot of commotion among our troops. As I learned, General Sardar Singh landed up at ALC, Advanced Landing Ground over there in Jodhia. So that time we didn't have helicopters in that area. He landed up on a small aircrafts headed there, and from there he came out because nobody knew that he is coming. So he stopped whichever vehicle was he had seen first. Took that vehicle, he went to the RT Brigade headquarters, and then he reversed the orders. There's nothing doing. And what had happened previous night, there is a place called Raipur Crossing on Munawar Tawi. And that crossing was overrun by Pakistanis. From there, they had come on the other bank, our home bank of Munawar Tawi, and they had made a bridgehead in military language. Bridgehead is they make a base and then spread. Bridgehead, and they had come this side. And previous night they made, so on 9th they would have, further troops would have come. Then they protect the passage, they get the more troops, and then they attack. The aim was to occupy area this side. He did not allow that. I believe that night they fired, I don't know how many, several thousand rounds of ammunition on that bridgehead. Not only, to best of my knowledge, it was not only 10 divisional RT, even 26 infantry from Jammu was firing on them. They were all, corps commander was there. He ordered probably. This is what I learned. And that 26 RT was also diverted this side because that side there was hardly any battle happening. And everything was destroyed. All troops which came, they were all destroyed or they ran away. And that night, to recapture the Raipur crossing, 2 battalions moved from different flanks. So there's a battalion called 10 Gadwal Rifles, which moved, occupied Raipur crossing. Immediately after that, 5 Gorkha Rifles came from other flank and they attacked 10 Gadwal. Okay. That is why they say all fair in love and war. Attacked 10 Gadwal. There was a fight. They were holding. Colonel Lankar Singh, I believe, was aware what is happening. But the stage came when, had he not opened fire, they would have been killed. They were firing. Colonel Lankar Singh got martyred. He was killed, CO. And that 5 Gorkha Rifles also lost about 15-20 troops. The leading company commander was killed. By the time they realized that we are firing at our own people. On the 8th night, all this thing happened. During daytime, on 8th, I suppose, on 8th also what happened. We were, as I told you, that I joined regiment at Chandi Mandir. So when I joined there, our neighboring regiments were 4 engineers and 216 medium regiment. The ill-fitted regiment was in Chandi Mandir. So after I joined 2 months from November, we moved to Kaluchak. The 216 medium regiment gave us farewell. Our sister regiment. When we went there, we saw all vehicles and guns were painted in camouflage color. Okay. Till that time, army used to be on olive green color. It was on trial. The first regiment was painted. We also found something strange. This is not the standard army color. From there, we met again in the battlefield as luck would have it. They also moved to Chamb. I think if not on 9th, it was on 8th. Ground terrain in that area is all undulating. Hilly terrain, not fully hilly, but semi-hilly, hotel type. Colonel Sethi, CO 216 medium regiment, he was going from front line back to Akhnur for some work in his jeep. From other side, a regimental quartermaster Holdar of RT regiment called 18 Field Regiment. He was coming after collecting some ration. And when he came in that emulating ground, he saw this vehicle coming and he said, yeah, what is this? This is not our vehicle, this is Pakistani. That is what was happening. He parked his 1-ton vehicle on one side and lay down ambushed. And the moment he reached him, he killed the city. CO216 medium regiment was killed by RQMH 18 Field with all good intentions, mistaken identity, lack of communication among troops that there's a regiment which is painted like this, because stripes are there. One is stripe of khaki, one is olive green. Pakistan is khaki, India is olive green. So you have one. Sometimes I feel very sad that if he had to go, he would have got martyred on the fourth night itself. Two batteries were